Cyber operations and risk management briefing. This is Group 5, United Kingdom and Mistral Bank. We have Mudino Olatukumbo, Vida Dako, Stephen King, Lawanda Studevent, Lazana Tui, University of Maryland Global Campus. We're presenting to the CISO Professor Deborah Plunkett. In our introduction, which is the slide 2, welcome to the United Kingdom Mistral Bank Cyber Operations and Risk Management Briefing. In this briefing, we will identify the shortcomings and current vulnerabilities of the United Kingdom team's systems, also manage the associated risk. On our slide 3, the table of content, we have the software assurance needs and expectations. These are the things we're talking about in our briefing. We have the software development life cycle phase, SDLC, supply chain risk management, vulnerabilities on existing software used. We're going to be talking about the software options and the recommendations, software chain options and recommendations, the cost and detailed recommendation, contract language recommendations, the conclusion, and lastly, the references. Now we're going to slide 4, software assurance needs and expectations. We have the most 3 effective methods of processing software assurance, which is the development process, the operational process, and the development environment. Software assurance security features, identification and profile of potential attacker, coordinated and dynamic software development. Software security performance must be measurable. The use of security tools and measures must be encouraged. For instance, the scanning tools, monitoring, antiviruses, firewalls, intrusion prevention and detection system. In our 5th slide, we're going to be talking about the software development life cycle phases. First, gathering requirements. This is where information are gathered and incorporated. And then we have design. Design will develop a software as per the customer specifications. Coding, which is the next step, we develop and translate to source code. Testing, the code is tested to confirm. Deployment, the software is released for production. Maintenance, software is maintained and updated as necessary by Olsen 2020. Next, we move to the 6th slide. The 6th slide is the supply chain risk management. First, we have the leverage, the PPRR. The PPRR, which means the prevention, the preparedness, response, and recovery risk management mode. The risk management mode is popularly global supply chain risk management strategy and is used in businesses around the world. It improves cybersecurity chain risk management, like the Internet of Things and other technologies, which play a major role in optimizing supply chain operations. It established compliance standards for third-party vendors, including manufacturers, suppliers, and distributors. It also improves cyber supply chain risk management to perform a thorough vendor risk assessment prior to signing any contract. Marota ND. Next is slide 7. Slide 7, this is where the vulnerabilities on the existing software is used. And we're going to mention that. We have several ones like the bugs, the flaws, the errors, faults, holes, weaknesses in software architecture, the design, code or implement that can be exploited by attackers, and over 2019. The 8th slide, software option. What kind of software is this team using? I'm talking about the United Kingdom, Mistral Bank. We decide to use the Rapid Application Development, RAD. Why are we using this? We see this to be more adaptive through adaptive approach to software development. While regular plan-based methods require a rigid structure with specific requirements, the rapid application development approach is based around flexibility and the ability to adapt alongside new knowledge. It is effective, puts emphasis on the design process and the knowledge that could be gained from it, unlike the waterfall model, which in the end user is turned into entire process rather than only at the beginning and end. Next, we move to the next slide. Slide 9. Software options and recommendations. In this slide, we talk about how the organization identified the key mission or business process, what is essential service, what they need to do to provide, or what drives the revenue. Maintaining an inventory of the organization, current and future software licenses. Understanding how the software, current or future purchases, support or otherwise relates to the organization key processes. Documents how the organization will plan to address software for which vulnerability is disclosed. We got this from NIST 2021. The next slide is 10 slide, slide 10. We're discussing about the supply chain option and recommendation. We're still talking about the software we use, which is the RAD, Rapid Application Development. We recommend it as the model, as the standard model in the sense that it follows to the ideas and cultures of Team United Kingdom organization. The organization needs to develop and establish a baseline of security measures. This will ensure that all employees working in the on the product and are authorized to do so can understand proper secure communication methods. Moving to the next slide. 11. Cost and detailed recommendation. Our organization must have the anticipation to leverage opportunities and mitigate challenges events so that business will survive and succeed. Software maintenance is becoming more and more challenging due to rapid changing customer needs, technologies, and the need for highly skilled labor. The arrival and maturation of cloud supply chain technologies businesses now have ability to observe where all the company inventory is in real time from the store shelf back to the manufacturer. Slide 12. Contract language recommendation. The team recommended language ensures that software security is adhered to throughout each phase of the software development lifecycle. The initiation phase, development and acquisition phase, implementation and assessment phase, operation and maintenance phase, disposal phase. All these phases ensures that the required language is incorporated into the contract, which ensures that supply chain system, network, and operational security concerns are properly met. This is by Kiso et al. 2008. In conclusion, so far in the team briefing, the United Kingdom, the Mistral Bank, we've been able to identify the current software vulnerabilities that must be addressed moving forward with the organization's software development standard. We use a RAD, Rapid Application Development Model, which was recommended as the standard model because of the way it follows the ideas and cultures of Mistral Bank organization with rationales to improve cost, security, and functionality. SDLC and the supply chain shortcomings was also identified as a critical issue with solutions to improve the supply chain management and properly choose a trustworthy developer. The uploaded contract language was recommended for each phase of the SDLC process in order to ensure security and functionality of the software being developed. Utilization of the recommended solution will also serve the organization to ensure it maintains secure functional software in the future. Well, This concludes the Cyber Operations and Risk Management briefing for the United Kingdom Mistral Bank Team Group 5. We appreciate your time and patience throughout this briefing. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.